Dictionary.com defines an unplanned approach as impromptu, done without preparation, unwitting, done without awareness, spontaneous, done without thought. Wait a minute. That means you guys don't have a plan?
No.
Well, that's dumb. You might as well start the show.
Get out of here. Punk, come down here and start playing around. Yeah, right.
Hey, Dad, can I be on the podcast? Yeah, we'll let you do the intro.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Finish yours, and then I've got a great story about that second baseman with Tourette's.
Which one?
The one where I can't throw it over there because it's too hard. We don't want Susie getting hit in the face.
Yeah, so I finally asked the dad, I'm like, you realize some of these positions we set kids in for safety reasons.
Sure, right.
I'm not suggesting your kid has played second base, shortstop, and third base. He's never going to play first base on this team. As long as I have to put one of those other three kids in the infield, he will not be playing first base.
He's not playing first base.
You said you're second baseman. So that same guy, one of my best friends in the world, was notorious for, if I'm playing first, now your first baseman is not a Gold Glove winner on the team, right? He's not your best fielder.
Right.
He's usually somebody that can goaltend, right?
Sure.
He can catch the ball, or he can get in front of it and keep it in front of
Keep it in front,
but
right.
he can hit. So I didn't, the pop-ups, I didn't mind it because I played the outfield too, but if you're in the infield and a pop-up goes over your head and you've got to kind of backpedal and go get it, it's a tough play. That's why it's the second baseman's ball, right? So this jerk, it would be like I'd be playing first and it'd be a shallow, just an easy pop fly. I take 3 steps back, I catch it, right?
Right.
I start to take my steps back. He called me off it. Mine. I'm like, what? And I bail like I should. He catch it. We get down as the season goes on. I'm starting to notice that the moon shots that I'm like, gets hit, and you're like, oh shit, and
right?
You have to turn, run, that he should be camped under, which he would most likely be,
right?
And I'd be standing there. I'd get to where the spot where I think it's coming down. I'm looking and I'm waiting for him to call me off. I can distinctly remember thinking, Wally. And then I make some circus catch like down on one knee and look like I've never played before. And I throw it in. I'm like, dude, that's your ball. He goes, well, you had it. You were under. So this happens like 3 or 4 times. And finally, I'm like, dude, why are you not calling me off those? And he goes, I hate catching those. We're in college, dude. We're 22 years old, man.
I thought you were going to say with the Tourette's twitch, the sun got in his eyes. The sun blinded me. I couldn't see the ball.
Have you ever tried to catch a ball with Tourette's? It's always moving.
Ball's everywhere.
No, but he was like, man, I don't want to catch those.
I don't want to catch those.
And I'm like, do you understand? And I looked like a fool every time. And I bet everybody in our dugout, every time the ball was hit to me, they're like, let's get the joystick on Jaffe. Here we go.
Jaffe can barely play this game.
Right.
God, he must be able to hit. He's starting to, I'll never forget it thinking, come on. Every time I talk to my kids about calling people off, that's the story that pops into my head because I'm like, I know you're. I can feel his presence. It's like the fourth.
He's just standing beside you. He's
standing there waiting. You got this. Almost.
He's so close. He's whispering. You got it.
Dude,
he's setting up a mailbox. I think I just might move here and watch what happens.
You got this. I've seen you make this catch several times. Just ridiculousness, man. But. The funny story, we could talk baseball probably all night long.
Well, we have a few times, I think. Yeah.
Now we have.
Yeah, we have.
These are funny.
Hey, you get what you get.
These are little kid stories.
Yeah.
Though. These aren't the ones where you're chewing. Oh, here's a good one. I'll tell one more great baseball story. So
you've only got one. This is it. This is the last of the great baseball
one, and this is our last episode, right?
I'm gonna switch to curling. I got a lot of stories there.
We could go to bowling.
I've got a good bowling story.
He's got a good bowling story.
I do. A buddy of mine went through the roof in nationals.
Like he won?
He threw a ball?
Yeah. No, he like crushed it.
He win?
I don't know the bowling vernacular. I'm sorry.
He threw it through
the
roof.
He did super good.
Let me break it down for the moron.
He did super good. When you go to nationals, you're looking for a 600 series. Is that
how many games?
200?
3 games. Averaging 200, it's considered 0. If you're over 600, you're in a plus number, and that's when people start getting excited. Okay. He shot 813, which plus 213, which is
that's
huge.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Yeah.
That's
He
ridiculous.
did it over the weekend. I talked to him just a
Did he
little.
do one or a perfect game? Or at least
No.
one? Or, no.
He
did
shot a
that without-
298. He got 11 in a row and threw an 8 count. Ha ha ha, Jeremy.
He'll never make the big time.
No, great dude. Purdue grad, bowled for Purdue. Yeah. Went down there and just tore it up over the weekend.
So what wins that then? If you're that good, I would have thought.
Well,
you said 600 is good. 832 sounds like
He
Hall of Fame.
probably would have, but it wasn't a singles thing. It was a doubles, so it was you and a partner. And his partner had a good set. He shot like 620. Which, right, but
suck ass.
right,
What
but
an
I will
anchor.
take anytime you get
He
in a
probably had the
tournament.
bumpers up.
Right. No shit.
First time,
Right.
First time out.
Hey, who's the new kid?
This Jones kid is dragging me down.
Hey, you're fired.
Now I hope Jeremy hears it because that's who he bowled with.
He didn't call you?
Huh?
He didn't call you? to
Yeah, I
go
did.
with
I texted him.
Oh, to go with you?
No, I
didn't
don't.
want you as
No,
his
we go
partner?
down with we go down with different groups. No, he is much better than I am. I'm decent.
What would you have been?
He's
What-
outstanding.
What would your best?
I'd have been like his partner. I'd have been like a six.
over?
Yeah.
Right over 6.
At state, I think I shot 650. So it's not. It's nothing.
What won it,
huge.
though?
So handicap
Oh, it'd
means
have been-
different in bowling. Like you're his handicap, right?
I would definitely be his handicap without a doubt.
We're gonna. You can either take a 0 or Kyle can bowl for you. I'm gonna
Right.
play this one alone.
I'm gonna
Steve.
go alone. It's like euchre. I'm gonna take this alone.
So when I was
Last
winning-
baseball story.
last one.
Last
one.
here it is.
How did
Go.
we get a bowl? It was my fault. No, go ahead.
Bowling always turns the conversation.
Jesus.
Hey, Chad, that review we got was dead on. We never know where these guys are going.
What do you guys got against bowling?
I love it, but when they took smoking out of it, I was out. I was out.
Right, here's the thing. Right. Yeah, you weed guy. Right. I can't have my weed, so
Hey, those
I'm
are
not playing
tomato
it.
plants.
You're right.
You better start telling people the truth, man. The DEA shows.
I
up there.
cannot
Look at
wait
that.
till somebody's like, you stay away from that Jaffe boy.
A dime bag of
all you
tomatoes.
people at his church, yep, dime bag of tomatoes.
They're for the food pantry. You idiot.
All right, baseball.
You
Baseball.
actually
Here we
make
go.
it sound like the fool. Anyway, I'm going into my freshman year. And
So high.
back then, like we talked in the past, summer ball was you play for your high school or you play for the Legion.
Sure.
So where we went, we had a summer ball team. Well, he was a senior. He would be a senior. I would be a freshman.
Okay.
Well, I got to play on his senior summer ball team. So I was the only freshman that got to play on his summer ball team. So we got to
Nepotism.
actually play together. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was cool.
But it was definitely nepotism.
I don't even know what's that mean?
Huh?
What's that mean?
They got one Jaffe, so we got to take the other.
Yeah, they had to take you. So they even let us hit back to back, like 3 and 4.
Oh, that'd be very cool. Yeah.
But being a freshman on the team, everybody's dipping, right? Everybody's chewing tobacco, and I wanted to chew tobacco. I was going to be cool too, so he wouldn't let me do it during the game. But on the way home, I was like, "Give me one of those." So him and his buddies are putting one in. I said, "I want one of those," and I put one in, and we get in the car and we're driving. If you've never done it, that isn't a fun buzz. That is a fucking. That is a. I mean, when they show cartoons on TV,
It'll
people
reach
turning
out and
green.
get you. Yeah,
It is
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be cool about it, man. I'm trying to hang in there. You know, I've patted in for about 2.5 minutes. And I'm just dying over here. And I'm spitting in this can that we've crushed with our elbow, so it's going everywhere.
Right.
It's dripping. It's bad. It's
Right.
a bad scene. And finally, you know, I kind of lean back and I take it out and I put it in my hand. But without a drink, you can't wash your mouth out. So
Right.
you're basically chewing for the whole 35-minute ride home. So back in the day, the way we came, it was all cornfields right before we got to our house. And I know exactly where we were. And I was like, I'm kind of doing one of these. And he goes, "Are you all right?" I said, I think we just need to pull over. I need some fresh air. So he pulls over and I walk out into this cornfield.
Right.
And I'm like, the world is moving at a pace that I've never seen it before.
Right.
I'm either the fastest guy on earth or the slowest. It is. And I'm like, and finally I go down to a knee and I start letting it go. It's coming up. I'm
Right.
throwing up all over the place. And it's not that relief like you're too full throw up.
No,
It's
right.
it's never going to stop throw up. And I get done throwing up and I lay back, I lay down, and the world is still spinning, you know. And he just like a movie appears. He's like, "Are you all right?" I said, I think I'll be all right, man. This is bad. So we get back in the car. Now we're about 15 minutes away from home. We get home, and I remember my grandmother was in town, and we don't see her very often. She was from Michigan. So we get in there, and Mom's like, how's the game, guys? Da-da-da-da. I look like shit, and I feel like shit. And he says something like, well, Jason, it was fun. It was great. We had a good time today. He's not feeling real well. And my grandma, God love her, goes, he must have heat stroke or something. And I'm like, heat stroke.
Heat stroke.
That's it. That's it.
You got it, Grandma.
Like when Rob was telling that story about throwing up when he was doing that. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I remember that. I got my head on the car window, looking out the window like a dog that just wants to jump. Open the window, man. I'm out of here. But it was cool getting to play. I mean, when my two oldest daughters got to play on the same team this summer, they were bitching and moaning at each other. I don't want you on my team. I don't want you on my team. And I'm guys, this is something you guys will talk about down the road because it doesn't happen very often. It's really cool. You guys are lucky. You guys played.
Oh yeah, a lot of years. Yeah, and it's my favorite thing. I mean, they still teams will call, and if I'm not playing with my brother, I just don't have any interest anymore.
Nah, I get it.
The only thing that would get me out is if my boys did it. But short of that, no.
Yeah, well, it was time for us to put it away, probably. When you're falling between second and third, right? Trying to stretch a double into a triple.
Yeah, but then you just got a brother that's got one more story to tell. You're being a jackass, and I'm okay with that.
But no, it was pretty cool. But we're not just going to talk baseball because the engineer, the guy to my left here, is also a construction engineer, and for a long time with his former company was traveling to Mexico quite a bit.
Really?
You got to understand. I'll just preface Mexico with this. I've been there for vacation. I've never been to he was in Rio, Mexico. And my dad.
So real.
Well, it's not. It's not Cancun. It's not.
I wasn't at the resort.
It's not South Padre. He's in it. He's in the real thing. And of course, my dad, who is retired.
Was he calling down there? If you need any concrete, I can tell you the secret.
Cement. It's
cement. I'm sorry.
Cement.
I got some concrete mix. My fault, sir.
No, but
I was trying to do the announcer voice. I couldn't do it. No, I can't. No, I cannot hang.
That was pretty good.
It was so good.
He couldn't wait. He was in the bathroom before you got here. It's just www. Hey, you should be there Thanksgiving. Pass me the turkey. Mary, the turkey's overcooked. Back to you, John.
I would like some gravy.
That's the best.
Did you forget the stuffing?
Where's the cranberries? Shit. Oh, but he's got too much time on his hands, so he reads everything. And he's always sending us shit about countries not to travel to and what to look for.
Right.
So just like the other night when you said, Rock Holly, they got all that money and they can't put up lights, and I just looked at you and went, no!
You saw it. You saw it start to open up. I walked in looking for something to say, and that I figured, we'll start there. And
well, just flip that switch.
No, he pulled his glasses down. He was looking on his phone. He pulled his glasses down and did the, what did you say? And I just went, Kyle.
Tangent coming.
And all I did was start laughing.
What are you doing? So picture that with him going, I'll be in Mexico for, the next 4 days or something.
Where?
Oh, my God.
No, yeah. So
what town are you going to be close to?
Literally, this is not a joke.
You think it's a joke, guy? This is no shit.
He would go to the federal website.
Remember, he'll listen to this.
Yes, I'm with you. He would go to the federal website and see what the latest Department of whatever,
Homeland Security, whatever,
are advising on where Americans shouldn't go in Mexico. Right now, most of the time, I was never in any of those areas.
He was not in the cartels.
Most of the time. But even when I would have to go to some of those places,
you wouldn't tell him.
I wouldn't tell him.
Well, right.
I wasn't about, because he was also. I don't know he's going to hear this, but I don't work for that company anymore. For 10 years, I went to Mexico probably for 1 week a month on average. So I was down there quite a bit. A lot of experience, but. There are some great stories from down there too. But
I bet.
When I would tell, he was under the impression that when we went down there, we had the security detail that drove us everywhere. Right now, let me tell you, and I just never, let
that's
him
what
think,
we had.
Yep,
that's what we had.
I got drivers.
They're all former Green Berets.
Yeah. So the answer is most of the time we did have drivers, but they were employed by our company. So. But going from the airport or to the airport, it was a service that we called. It was Uber. Is basically what it was. Now you never in Mexico don't ever get taxis. Don't ever stand on the road and flag somebody down. It's all.
How bad could that get?
Right. I got a whole bunch of colleague stories I can tell you about doing that kind of dumb stuff. But anyway, we would have, when we got to a plant or at our hotel, we would have one of the Risa employees pick us up and take us to whether the plant or a job site or whatever we were doing that day. So most of the time you were in cars with people you were familiar with, but not always.
Right.
So I'll tell you this story. One morning, and we would always be down there. I think I was in Querétaro, Mexico. So the different places we'd go is in the interior of Mexico, right? So you're in Querétaro or Silao or Hermosillo or, all places you've never heard of. They're the industrial portions of Mexico. It's not on Cancun. Nobody's doing any fishing.
No fishing.
Going to the beach.
No wet t-shirt contest.
Right.
No all you can drink.
No indoor plumbing.
Definitely can't drink the water.
I'll get to that. Because I did do a lot of cross-country driving in Mexico, or traveling, I should say. Anyway, so there was this one particular morning. You're down there for a week. Friday morning, all the Americans that are down there for the week are looking to get out. So a lot of us are on the same airplane. We're all headed back to Indianapolis International. So I always made it a point to be first plane out. Now, if I'm doing international travel, for anybody that's listening, good tip: be the first plane out. Whatever country you're in, wherever you're going, because if you're in the afternoon or late, every opportunity that there was a delay somewhere in the day, you're also delayed. So So that's important because I'm a 6 a.m. flight out of Querétaro. That means I have to have a ride from the airport at 4 a.m.
Sure.
Well, as we're getting in the night before, there was a colleague that was staying in the same hotel. He was leaving, I was leaving. It's like, hey, why don't we just share a ride? So you go to the front desk of the hotel and say, I need a ride to the airport, and I need that guy to pick me up at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. flight. Here's another thing. You better check in an hour. If you're in Mexico, check in an hour before, because if they fill the flight and you didn't check in, they don't care. You're just out.
No me problema.
Right. Lo cielo. Anyway, so Joe was this guy's name. So we get our Uber, 4:30. He shows up, nothing big, but there's no traffic out. It's dark, right? Now, to get to Querétaro Airport, you got to drive through the countryside in Mexico, right? Now, the most dangerous thing and the most dangerous place to be in Mexico is out on the highways or out on the country roads at night. This is when you get cartel activity that'll just block a road and they'll just check everybody and take your money and let you go. Okay. Or worse, you know, who knows?
Take your virginity.
Tell him that story.
So Joe and I jump in this little rotten car. This guy's driving us out there, and it's about a 45 minute drive from our hotel to the airport. And we get a mile from the airport, and as we're crossing these railroad tracks in the middle of nowhere, and there are a few people hanging out at 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning. He gets a flat tire, right? So he pulls off onto this shitty gravel, thing that cars on a slant and everything else, and we all knew what it was. And he tells it in Spanish, he says, cambio el tire, which is change the tire, right? So I speak a little bit of Spanish, and I'm like, yeah, tú cambio el tire.
Right.
You change the tire.
Right.
And then he starts explaining to us, it's like the airport's only a kilometer away. I'm like, looking around, it's dark out. It's, right. I'm like, we're not walking, and now I'm switching from Spanish to English. No, you change the tire. We're not walking. He's like, no contendo. He doesn't know how. No say. He doesn't know how to change a tire. Or we can see the airport.
Right.
It's a long way.
Right.
And we've got
Planes,
luggage.
trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, we've got luggage, and now we're sitting on the side of this country road in Mexico, a mile from the airport in pitch black. And Joe goes, "What are we going to do?" I'm like, "Well, call another Uber." It's like, it'll take 45 minutes, half an hour. Who knows? I'm like, God damn it, get out of the car. Mm-hmm. So I get the guy, I grab his keys from him, I open his trunk, we're getting all of our luggage out, and here I am changing the tire on the side of the road in Mexico. And my first thought is, I'm jacking his car up, and it's sitting kind of at an angle on a gravel road. Like, this damn car's going to fall on top of me.
Dad's going to love this story.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to love this story.
So it's,
Christmas will be a blessing this year.
It's hot, you know, and I'm busting my ass because now I'm like, oh God, we're gonna be late, you know. And I'm trying to change this tire. I'm jacking the car up and trying to make sure it's all safe and everything else. And I'm sweating and I'm taking the tire. And I look over and Joe, my coworker, is standing there with his phone videoing me. He's videoing me. I'm like, really? Can you please just help just a little bit here? Come here and hold the bowl.
Am I helping your viewership on TikTok, jackass?
He's laughing. We're going to miss our flight, asshole. Come over here. So, yeah, I ended up getting the tire changed.
That would have been me, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm certain of it.
And Joe's like, oh, my God, this is going to be so funny. People are going to think this is hilarious.
Until that gets out, you're dead. You stay. You're staying.
Look at my fat, sweaty coworker changing a tire in Mexico because the Uber driver didn't know how to.
The Michelin man is here changing our tire.
We got our luggage. And if anybody wanted to rob us, our luggage is scattered all over the side of this road. And there's people driving by on the way to the airport. There's even people milling around, walking around. In the back of my mind, I'm like, at least somebody watch in case I get mugged.
I'd have been scared shitless, dude.
I was in high gear. I'm not shitting
That's
you.
the fastest I've ever seen him move, Kyle. So he lifts it up, puts it on his back, says, fuck it, we're running.
I was in IndyCar pits.
Right.
Oh, God, we got to get out of here. We're going to die.
Man thought he was in the pits for the Indy.
Now, this explains a little bit, though. So you guys say that John is a little bit of checking everything. Because look at you numbskulls.
That other guy was like, I know he gets more anal about this shit than I do.
He's like, every time I go out, I get thrown in jail. Who knows what these two are going to do?
Now, I would have looked at him and been like, what are we going to do? Hey, there's a reason that I always act like I don't know what a hammer is, Kyle. Nobody calls me to do house.
Right, my brother does the same thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I showed up one time to help at the deck. We were all rebuilding the deck for my dad, me, him, and my brother-in-law. I show up, and all I have is an empty, brand new leather tool belt. I forgot about that. I thought he'd jump in and say,
he was a big help.
His jeans cut real short, and he's got on the suede work boots.
Do you know what my job was? Occupy my dad so he didn't bother.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, Jason, go take Dad to the front of the house and figure out something else that has to be done.
Go irritate the shit out of him.
Go give Dad an estimate. Go give Dad an estimate on the front yard. Okay, let's go. That is actually no shit. I mean, that's a little bit exaggerated, but that's pretty much the way it is.
And he comes by it honestly. He just wants to stand there and know what you're doing. Now, why are you doing it this way? Now, if you were to do it this way, it's like, can I just do it? I know how to do this. Just let me. Yes, okay. And then before you know it, you're explaining everything you're doing. It takes you twice as long. It's like when you're teaching your 5-year-old son how to change a tire on your truck. It takes twice as long. Why does it take twice as long? Because you got to explain everything.
God, I was there for 4 hours. It should have taken me 15 minutes.
Mine are the other way. Mine are, I'll go over to the house and they're like, hey, we had this house built, the one they're in right now. Dad can't get in the basement. We were thinking about like building an elevator. I'm like, okay. All right, well, why don't you go do that?
Building an elevator. Like, wait a minute.
And there's an elevator in their house.
And what else were you thinking?
You built it? Or you had it built?
No. Well, I mean, I didn't do some of the welds, but yeah, I designed it. And
I got to tell you what I'm picturing. I'm picturing they built a box with a pulley and maybe a chain or a
dumbwaiter.
rope.
A dumbwaiter.
Here, go ahead, Dad. Try that out. Hey, look, it works. He didn't die.
And he's not coming up.
It's all right. It's one way.
That's what I told my dad. That's what I told him. I said, Dad, if you ever need it, you can move into my house. I'll get an elevator, but you won't be coming back up.
It's one way only.
It's a one way.
So the box you've actually got right, but it's on a winch like you'd have on top of or in front of a truck.
Right.
Yeah. With a little toggle.
Does it have a safety belt in it so he doesn't like roll in between floors? You've got it. So every time he's in there, it's flip a coin. You're gonna make it, maybe not. So Kyle, your dad's stuck between the basement and the kitchen again. I can't get there till
I don't know what to do. So I'll see you after work.
So my engineering brain's working over here, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so on what occasion would you want to get him in the basement? Storm, right? Tornadoes, whatever. Okay, hey, everybody safely, let's get Let's get Dad in the elevator. Let's get him in the basement. Okay, we get in the basement. We're all safe. Tornado comes through, and the power's out. How long is he going to be in the basement?
He's going to be down there for a while.
Dad, are you okay down there?
Somebody go get him dinner.
Dump
Again.
some water on my face.
We didn't consult OSHA when we built it. But if there's power, it'll pick up, 1.5 tons.
Wow.
So to get his fat ass up and down.
So you get an elephant, too.
And a few of his friends.
Right.
Everybody into the elevator.
Oh, yeah. When we first did it, everybody was just up and down, up and down. Yeah. Look at this thing work. Because it was so overkill.
Oh, I'll bet. I'm trying to picture what a homemade elevator looks like. The shaft and everything.
Super simple.
I wouldn't be able to put that together.
Cut the floor out of a closet. You've got a closet upstairs and downstairs, at the same spot. Cut the floor out, put a floor in it. We did the diamond plate.
Dude, don't look at
diamond
him.
plate,
I don't know
and then
what
we
the hell
just
you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're
diamond
talking about.
plate.
But you've got this whole rigging you've got to hang from above it. You had to put some structure above it. Is this on the first floor, second floor? What's this doing?
No, so we built 4 posts of quarter inch square steel.
Yeah.
All the way up, and then connected all 4 so it wouldn't move as rigid.
Okay, so you
attached the pulley to that, and then just build basically it looks like a bird cage.
So you went from the basement all the way up. It's self-sufficient.
Yes.
Cage.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and it ain't going anywhere. The house may blow away.
I'm sure you got that permitted, right?
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, we're not discussing. We're not discussing any of that.
What's the address on that property?
Right. But I tell you what.
Hey, doesn't everybody have a 60 amp fuse in the box?
Yeah. Good luck making that thing fail.
That's one of our prouder moments.
Well, it was that, and hey, Kyle, you know what we really want is a pond with a waterfall in the backyard. There's a backhoe.
Hey, I'd like that too.
Did you dig
Get
it?
a backhoe.
You dug it without it? Did you get a backhoe?
With a shovel.
Oh, shit.
Mexican shovel. Mexican hole.
Oh, my God. That'd been awful.
Once we kind of got around it, it wasn't that bad.
Huh. I would have never. He'd have said, we need an elevator.
Oh, dude, the projects, it was insane. Mom went and got.
It sounds like Mexico construction.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Tell him about some of the shit you saw. He showed us pictures, man, where 2 guys, if you wanted to pee, you had to pee butt to butt, literally.
Let me get to that, but you're talking about digging holes, right?
Right.
One of my first projects down there, we had to go and put an expansion on the back of one of our factories.
Right.
And the building was going to expand out to the side and to the back. Well, out to the side, there was about 20 feet there, and then it dropped off about 15, 20 feet into the neighboring industrial park tenant. So we start construction, and we had to take a fire line and go all the way around the side of the building. So this is about 500 feet of fire line that usually gets buried about 4 or 5 feet deep. Mm-hmm. Well, I'd go down there about once a month doing construction inspections and everything else, and I go down there one time, and we're expanding the building, but we haven't put the fire line in, and now we only have about 8 feet between the new building and the edge that is a wall before you fall 20 feet into the neighbor's parking lot. Right. So we were at the construction meeting. I would usually go down there, and we'd start with a walk around the whole construction site, then we'd have the meeting, and I'd look at the schedule, and right there on the schedule, it shows that first thing you do is you dig holes, and you put pipe deep in the ground, then you build over them, right? No, we didn't do that. So I asked the contractor, I said, how are you going to put the sprinkler line up the side of the building? It's like, we got a plan. We do all right. We could get a tractor in there. It's like, you're not getting a tractor in there. So how do you think they dug this 500-foot long, 5-foot deep trench?
By hand?
By hand.
Oh, my God.
And it took them, and of course the project's delayed because we can't get the fire line in because we decided we were going to dig it. I don't have any idea. That kind of shit happened all the time down there. Yeah. I mean, there was another one, same job. We built this. It's a central plant. We had to move all of the where the fire pump was and the generators and the compressors. We moved this whole structure back. Well, the sanitary line had to go under that. You think they put the sanitary line in before they built the foundation?
How does this happen? How does that happen?
Well, exactly. Well, I'm having weekly meetings on the phone with them, and then I go down there once a month. So they get all the foundations in, in the last 3 weeks. And I'm like, did we put the sanitary line? Oh, no, we just go around the building. It's like, no, you don't go around. It's a sanitary line. You need gravity. Every time you add a foot, you lose.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Right.
And somehow they made it where I think they tunneled under the foundations and all kinds of dumb shit.
Pause it real quick.
That's it for today's episode. But before you go, ask yourself this. What's your unplanned story? Because here on Unplanned Approach, we don't script the chaos. We celebrate it. Real people, real moments, real life plot twists that no one saw coming. Whether it was a chance encounter, a missed train, or a wild pivot that changed everything. We want to hear it. Got a story that deserves the mic? Hit us up. Submit yours at unplannedapproach.com or find us on socials at Unplanned Approach. Until next time, stay spontaneous, stay real, and never underestimate going in without a plan. This is Unplanned Approach, where the detour is the destination.